Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Rosenberg, I think it's very important that we ensure digital assets are not being used for illicit finance. So the Lummis-Gillibrand Financial Innovation Act will be reintroduced soon, and it will include an entirely new title on combating illicit finance. My first question is, do you agree that digital assets today are subject to the U.S. comprehensive laws on money laundering and sanctions?
Thank you, Senator, for this question, and I appreciate the focus, the legislative focus. We'd be happy to work with you going forward. It is certainly true that financial institutions that offer services in the digital asset domain are covered by AML/CFT obligations.
Thank you. My next question, also for you, is from a practical standpoint in combating money laundering and sanctions evasions in digital assets. Would you rather have new legal authorities or new personnel and funding to equip Treasury to fight bad actors in the digital asset space?
Thank you, Senator. I'm very grateful for that kind of a question. With respect to the first part of it on legal authorities, I would really welcome the opportunity to work with you in order to, it would depend on what they are, and I would welcome the opportunity to work with you on what they are. When it comes to additional bodies and additional resources to get after this problem that I think you and others on this committee, certainly in our agency, acknowledge is a challenge and a problem, we can do more with more and would welcome the opportunity to get after this problem with more resources.
Well, I'll make sure that when Senator Gillibrand and I are working our bill through the system that we stay in touch with you. Ms. Kendler, I want to turn to you. The Bureau of Industry and Security monitors the export of advanced technologies so they don't end up in the wrong hands. But you don't currently regulate the export of Americans' personal data to our adversaries like China. As a result, there are no rules outlawing the sale of data on sensitive topics, including information on military and intelligence personnel to the Chinese government. Do you agree that personal data on Americans, particularly our servicemen and women, can be exploited by foreign adversaries in ways that are harmful to national security?
Senator, I do share your overall concerns about this issue. The approach of export controls has been on goods, software, and technology, not on personal identifiable information. But I do share your concerns, yes.
Well, thanks for that answer. I, too, am concerned about the national security threat posed by the export of Americans' personal data. So I'm co-leading with Ron Wyden an important bipartisan bill, the Protecting Americans' Data from Foreign Surveillance Act. And I'm joining Senators Wyden, Hagerty, and Rubio. So this is very bipartisan, includes other members of this committee. And I look forward to working with all my colleagues on this committee and off on strengthening U.S. competitiveness against China in digital assets, distributed ledger technologies, which are beginning to really blossom in terms of the capabilities of using distributed ledger technology and data exports. It's a growing area of interest, it's a growing area of concern, and it's certainly a growing technology that we all need to be aware of. So thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.